Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Gabriela, and I am an engineer at Think Mobile's company. I also started as a manual tester, and now for about a year I'm working in automation. So today today the theme of our webinar is integration of automated tests with test management tools. I think it would be interesting for both manual testers and those who are in automation or want to study automation. So today we'll discuss what is automation testing in general and what are test management tools, what is integration and how to use it, and how to organize automated testing. So, what is automation? Automation testing is the process of software testing during which the basic functions are tested, and test steps such as starting, initializing, executing, analyzing the results, and using the tools for automated testing, which helps to reduce testing time and simplify its processes. While the manual testing is executed by successive steps, the automation testing is done by automation tools, which can be conveniently administered test data, test systems to compare the expected and the actual result, and generate detailed test reports. Because the development life cycle requires performing the same tests repeatedly, testing requires a significant investment of money and resources. So by using test automation tool, you can record test suite and replay it as needed and whenever you need it. After the automation test set, no need for human intervention. And the main goal of automation testing is to reduce the number of tests to run manually. Basically, as manual as well as automation testing, it has its advantages and disadvantages. And some of the benefits are that it's faster than human testing, than manual testing. It has wider test coverage of application features, it's more reliable in results, it saves time and resources and improves accuracy. It has reusable test scripts and so on. But we should know that automation testing may have sometimes false sense of quality. Sometimes it's maybe not so reliable, but you know that there is such a rule that you can't test 100% of software because it's just impossible, because it will take you lifelong. So you should understand this, that not many bugs may be found still during automation tests. But the right selection of testing tool, as well as the general process of testing, it is very important for a successful automation test process, as well as manual test process. Since such tools are numerous, they are usually grouped by different types. By, for example, price, they may be free of charge or free with some supplementary parts charge. They may be completely commercial, they may be multifunctional, simply performance testing tools, mobile testing tools, some cloud-based emulators or simulators, and so on. On your screen, you may see the most widely used test management tools. Here you can see Selenium, Appium, JUnit, TestNG, and of course there are many others like YOUTRACK, like Eggplant, like Qtest, and so on. So now let's talk about what is integration itself. Integration, this word means connection. It is the process of uniting parts into one. Each testing team uses a lot of various tools to increase effectiveness and productivity. And in our case, we will consider how to effectively combine the work of automated and manual testing. I would like to say that there are three main stages through which a company goes on the road to automation. And we can divide the companies into those who are on introduction stage, on conscious stage, and advanced level companies. What concerns the introduction stage? On this stage, along with the manual testing, the company begins to use some automation scripts, and tests are usually in automatic test environment. But on this stage, all manipulations are still done manually. There is no strict organization of test cases, and as a rule, tests are stored on one machine and are used only by one tester, and they are not reusable and adaptable to changes in the tested interface. This stage is peculiar, first of all, to companies that have short-term projects. So they simply do not have time to bring automated testing to an upper level, and at this stage there are also organizations that only implement automated tests in their software quality control processes. And here also belong small firms that do not clearly describe the testing processes, and they do not clearly understand what is automated testing. Along with the automation of the tests themselves, some part of processes are automated on the conscious stage. This is one of the most popular stage. It is typical for companies that have established the testing process, such as working on medium and long-term projects. It's about organization that require regression testing. This stage is characterized by availability of centralized storage of reused test cases. These are some kind of functional libraries. Each test case has a unique ID and unique title. The advanced level. This level is peculiar to companies which have the processes related to testing and done in accordance to all the rules adopted by the company, with the appointment of the responsible person. There's possibility to create test groups for simultaneous launch and the grouping of virtual machines by certain characteristics. Okay, so why do we need integration? Most teams where automated testing is implemented also use manual testing. Manual testers write test cases in some test management tool, and in many such systems it is possible to pass these test cases, choosing the necessary status for the test case and creating bugs based on them. But there are test cases for which it would be more appropriate to write automation tests, especially for regression testing. But in order to not manually create a bug for the automated test that has fallen, you can integrate them with the system that is used by the entire development team. As you see, we are always talking about regression testing because automation testing is required for regression test cases. So today we will consider the option of integration of automated tests with test management system and bug trackers. To start with, let's clarify what is test management tools, what is API, and what is automated test. Test case management tool or bug tracker is any instrument helping the team to manage testing. That is, to write test cases, checklists, run test cases, register bugs, and create some reports. Application Programming Interface, or as we usually call it, just API, it's the set of ready clauses, procedures, functions, structures that provide by the application. Or it may be some operating system for software products. And automation tests, it's just scripts that simulate the user actions. We are facing many problems on the way of test automation. First of all, the expression automated testing is to some extent conditional. Often the tester performs many tasks manually, prepares the environment, downloads the new version of the product, drags configuration files, run tests, and so on. But it is not difficult, yes, but it's pretty laborious and also increases the probability of human error due to human factors. Even if the company is at the advanced stage of testing automation, they rarely have a common management interface for all tasks related to automation testing. As a result, the number of errors increase and the effectiveness of automation testing in general decreases. Also, when developing a control system of automation testing, the company focuses on those tools that are currently used. The disadvantages of this approach is obvious. If the company has, for example, updated the bug tracking system version or decided to add a new type of virtualization server, or starts using a new type of tests, you will have to invest significant resources customizing the system and integrating it with new tools. Thus, the system architecture should be customizable to the tester, and so the tester can run the test cases that appear with the increase of system functionality. Typically, each type of test provides a report on the result and its native format, and the corresponding software must be installed to be viewed by the project manager or customer. Here we can use the words cumulative unified reported. So it is the creation of single general report which is constantly updating as new test results are received and ensures the relevance of the information and can be seen by all members of the team as well as the customer. Also, it should be noted that the system that manages automated testing, in fact, it's a pipeline. New assemblies for testing are submitted to the input, and output is a result of in the form of created bugs and reports. In developing such a system, we are faced with the problem of lack of protection from the fall, as we call it. So it is when one of the tests is written with an error and it could be executed by the system indefinitely and preventing the test from running in the execution quick. We tried to solve this problem, and we implemented such called timeout kill feature. That is the feature that interrupts execution of long running commands. Okay, in this presentation today, I will show you the real examples of the integration of automated tests with the following systems: with YOUTRACK, with TESTRAIL, and EasyQA. The lack of time and resources is a problem that QA specialists constantly face. Therefore, libraries of programming language are used to simplify the testing process. A library in programming is a collection of objects that are used for software development, extending its functionality and interaction with other software. Since Java is the programming language that's most often used, we'll look at how it works on the Java example. So how the integration works using Java. We have the following tasks. We have to write an automated script to create an object in the tool, to associate an object with the script, to run the script, affect the object, run the script again, and analyze the result. So let's start. First of all, we have to create an automated test. For this, we use TestNG. It is a testing framework based on Java, and it is mostly used for unit testing, for functional testing, and integration testing. Here we can see, or you can see on your screen, how we can write an automation test, and you can see the before test. It is the method which is run before any test method. Each before test method is run only once, and if you have several before tests, the order of their execution depends on the order of the class containing the method before test. There is a difference between before class, before test, and in TestNG. Before test message is performed before each test method. For example, by method that uses the test annotation. Before test is executed only before the tag specified in the file testng.xml. So to be short, before method is working on the test defined by Java classes, and before test is working on the test defined in the testng.xml. So it's XML files, yes. Using the assert class of the TestNG library, we check if the method works correctly. After test is the method that is run before any test method belonging to the class inside test tag. In the shutdown method, we specify what will happen if the test passes or if the test fails. So let's begin from the YOUTRACK. YOUTRACK is a service designed specifically for programmers and development team, like all JetBrains product, because YOUTRACK is the JetBrains product. Quick and easy search queries, support for keyboard shortcuts, for any actions, multiple tasks management, flexible configuration. It's all about YOUTRACK. It has a lot of features. It has intelligent search using each queries with prompt and highlighting errors. Time management. It's flexible for customization. There are notifications on email or chat by YOUTRACK, a bundle of tasks. You can manage duplicates. You can export your result into CVS, and so on. So let's say we create an object in YOUTRACK. We create a bug. We write the name of the bug. Yes, we write the steps to reproduce actual result and expected result, as you can see it on your screens. Then we connect to YOUTRACK API. So we download the source code from GitHub. The source code you can see on your screen. We open the project, for example, IntelliJ IDEA. We create out and we generate the jar file and add it to your project. Then we go to the settings of our YOUTRACK and put a check mark on API, as you see it on your screens. Then we access to the YOUTRACK API via URL of the server. You can see the URL server link. We create instance using shutdown method, log into YOUTRACK and attach our test to the bug according to the ID, to the issue ID. So you can see how it is here, yes? So now if the test passes, we change the bug status to close and add the corresponding command. Like here, yes, hey peep, I'm commenting via API. And if the test case fails, we change the status to reopen, and we also add the command like this bug is not fixed, like this. So here is the successful result in YOUTRACK, and you see here is hey people, I'm commenting via API, yes, and here is fail, and here you can see hey, a bug is failed, yes, here is the command, and here is the status reopened. And also when the bug appears as a result of test run, you can attach the screen of the bug, of the failure, and you can also attach it here. You see, this is the attachment, and you can add some PNG file in YOUTRACK. So now let's switch to TESTRAIL. TESTRAIL is a software for managing data obtained as a result of testing. This tool helps to track processes, to manage software, and organize a team. Using TESTRAIL, you can create test cases, manage test sets, and coordinate the entire software testing process. TESTRAIL provides also the opportunity to improve performance and get a complete overview of the progress of the testing process. And so again, let's create an object in TESTRAIL, and this will be a bug with the name with the steps to reproduce, with actual result, and with expected result. Then we connect to TESTRAIL app. So we download the source code from GitHub. Here is the source code. We open the project with IntelliJ IDEA. We connect the JSON symbol library, and here's the link of that library. We leave only Java and create out, and we generate a jar file and add it to our project. And here you can see how it all works and how it all looks. Okay. Then we configure the access to the server via API, and we put a special mark here, and here we enable API. Then we connect to TESTRAIL API. The access to the API is done by URL. Here is the URL. Creating instance using the shutdown method, log into TESTRAIL and attach our test to the bug according to the ID, to the special ID. So when we integrate AutoTest with the test case in a TESTRAIL, we also can have the successful test case run and failure. So if the test passes, we change the status and we add command. This test works fine. Yes, like here. And if the test failed, we add command. The bug is defined, and we also add some attachment. So there are several statuses in TESTRAIL. As you see here, it may be passed, blocked, untested, that is not allowed when adding a result, retest, and fail. So here we see the successful result in TESTRAIL. We see that the test case is passed, and we see a command. Right here, the test works fine. Okay, and when the test case failed, we also see that the bug is failed. Here is the command. We change the status, and we also can add some screen of the failure of our test case. So that's all for the TESTRAIL. And the third one is EasyQA. EasyQA is a new solution for managing the testing process of your project. And its major features include upload test objects, creation, view, and edit of test plans. You can split your test plan into modules. You can create, edit, copy, and move test cases within module. You can export and import test cases from CVS file. You can create test runs, select test cases from different test plans. You can create an issue if a test case is failed. You can generate different types of reports. You can synchronize EasyQA with Jira bug trackers and use EasyQA SDK to catch crashes and report bugs directly from tested mobile application. EasyQA supports 2 languages. It's English and Russian. So let's create an object in EasyQA. It will be also it will be a test case. We write the name, steps to reproduce actual result and expected result. We connect to API. We download the library from GitHub. Here is the link. We open the project, for example, in IntelliJ and add library to our project. So here is how it all looks. We use EasyQA library and Selenium server standalone, for example. Okay, then to access the project, we need its unique token, which can be found on the integration within the project page. So here you can see SDK integration. Here is the token. Then we connect to EasyQA API. We access to EasyQA API via this URL. Then we integrate autotest with the test case in EasyQA. And here we see that if the test passes, we put the status passed for the test case using its ID, like this, pass status for test case. And if the test fails, we set the status of the fail and create a bug and attach the screenshot. And also we use the special ID of the fail. Okay, so this how it looks when the result is successful. And this when we have a bug. So the result of the test case is fail. And here is the example of how we create a bug in EasyQA if the test case failed. Okay. So, any questions?